It's day 2 of filming this video, and for this part I'm going to talk all about my exercise and fitness routine. I want to go ahead and say that I have 2 older kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and obviously that doesn't mean they're older, but they're a lot older than they were the last time I tried doing a sustainable fitness routine. And you know, last time when they were much younger, my son was 2 and Abby was newborn, it didn't work out very well. And I just want to put that out there that if you have a brand new baby or you have lots of kids who are really young, it might be kind of hard for you to do all of the things that I'm doing, but I'm going to try really hard in this video to share with you some of the things that I'm doing now that I have a little bit more freedom since my kids are older, and also share with you some things that did work for me back when I had a newborn and could pretty much only work out at home. I do try to go work out at the gym at least 3 times a week. Usually I'm there about 5 times a week, but I want to go at least 3. I decided to get a membership at a gym called Anytime Fitness. It is a gym that is open 24 hours. You get a key fob so that you can get in anytime you want, and for me, that just seems to work the best. Most nights now, I get both of the kids down to bed, my husband gets home, and once he's here to be with the kids, in case they wake up, I leave. Now, this was not something that I could do back when I had younger kids who didn't have well-established sleeping routines, because they would be up and they would be horrible and I would have felt bad leaving them with my husband. But now I put them down to bed and I know that Roman is going to sleep through the night and Abby might not. She'll get up around like 1 maybe, so I have plenty of time. So I am going to kind of quickly talk about what I do at the gym for anyone who's interested in that. But if you are absolutely not at a point in your life where you can go out of the house to a gym, skip to this timestamp here and I will tell you all about what I'm doing at home to work out. When I go to the gym, I am mostly focused on cardio. I would say any given workout at the gym, I'm doing about 70% cardio and 30% weightlifting. The reason why I'm doing that is because right now I'm just trying to get the rest of my baby weight off, and for me, what's feeling the best and what I have found is having the best results is doing cardio. I like to do sort of a high intensity interval training kind of thing on the treadmill. And again, I'm not an expert on this kind of thing. This is just what I do that I have noticed works for me. So when I get to the gym, I get right on the treadmill and I usually walk for 2 to 3 minutes while I just let my body warm up. And then I set the treadmill to a speed that is a nice brisk jog, but definitely is not a sprint. And I run at that pace for as long as I can until I'm really starting to feel overexerted. When my first trip to the gym, I made it about 2 minutes of jogging, and then I had to stop and walk for a while. Now that I've been at this for several weeks, I can run at that brisk jog for about 10 to 12 minutes before I have to stop, which feels amazing. So once I've hit that wall where I've pretty much jogged as far as I can and have reached that overexertion point, I then take it back down to a walk and I switch up walking for a minute and then running at a faster speed for a minute. So to give an example, my brisk jog is usually a 5.5 on the treadmill. I will run for 8 to 12 minutes at that level, and then I will drop it down to a 3.5 and walk for a minute. And that 3.5 is the speed of the treadmill. So I walk at 3.5 for a minute, and then I'll boost it up to a speed of 7, and I will run at that for 1 minute. Then I go back down to 3.5 and walk. Then I'll go up to an 8, and I will sprint at an 8 for 1 minute. And I keep doing this back and forth. When I start feeling joint pain or anything related to the sprinting, I will then start walking for 1 minute and then doing my brisk jog at 5.5 speed for 2 or 3 minutes, and I interval like that. I've really found that changing it up like that on the treadmill has had really fast results for me, not just in dropping weight, but also helping to sort of chisel out muscle that you couldn't see before because there was a layer of fat over it, and that has been awesome. So usually I end up being on the treadmill for about 30 minutes, and then once I'm done with that, I will either call it quits if I feel overexerted, or I will go and I will either do a quick squat workout, or I will use dumbbells to do arm exercises to work on getting some upper body strength and sculpting. I am still, even though I'm 1 year postpartum, I still struggle with a little bit of postpartum joint pain. So whenever I'm having bad joint pain, either in my ankles or my knees, I will usually go use the rower instead. And I highly recommend, if you're gonna go find a gym, to find one that has rowing machines, because this is a great way to do cardio without putting hardly any strain on your joints. It's a nice smooth movement. You're sitting down, you're still getting an amazing cardio workout, but you're not putting any of that impact on your joints. I do want to briefly mention that I love exercise programs like CrossFit. That was how I got my start in Olympic weightlifting. I started at a CrossFit gym and then made my way into Olympic weightlifting. And I highly recommend CrossFit as well, but I have to say that for me personally, any kind of group class where you have to be at this class at a certain time or else you don't work out that day, it just wasn't gonna work well for me being a entrepreneur, a business owner, and a mom, and also having to be a wife and a friend and all the other obligations that I have. I just knew that it was gonna be overly frustrating for me trying to work the gym's schedule into my schedule. So I chose to go to a gym where I could just work out at my own time. I could go work out at 3 in the morning if I wanted to, and my workout is not dependent on anybody else. And that is what has really, really helped me stay motivated and not feel discouraged when, oh, my kids didn't go down for their nap today and now they're in bad moods and I can't leave them with my husband to go to this class at 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? It's just, so that's why I'm going to a gym that is just a standard Globo gym style gym instead of doing more of a class-based gym. On the days that I don't go to the gym, I do make sure that I'm doing something active every single day. So either I am doing a workout in one of the apps that I'm about to show you, or I'm doing something like taking my kids for a walk, going for a jog by myself, or even doing zany things like dancing in the kitchen while I'm cooking dinner. All of these things burn calories and help you drop weight. And it's just a good thing, I think, to always be active every single day. Make a point of getting 30 minutes of exercise in, no matter how you do it. There are 2 apps that I like to use when I'm working out at home. One is called 8Fit, and I've shared this with you before. It is an app that you can get in the App Store, and basically it just presents new workouts for you every single day. And what I think is really great about it is that it asks you a ton of questions when you first download the app. It's not that standard, like what's your weight, what's your gender. It asks you all about your experience, whether you're like novice or professional level, how much experience you have exercising, doing body weight exercising, weight exercising, whatever. And it really, really hones in an exercise approach that is gonna work really well for you. The majority of the workouts don't require any kind of equipment whatsoever. Every now and then they might ask you to have dumbbells, but what's kind of cool is they also say that you can use full water bottles full of water instead of the dumbbells. So you don't actually have to own any equipment to do the 8Fit exercises. What I also like about the 8Fit app is that most of the workouts are around 8 minutes long, which means that you can really easily fit those into nap time or in the morning before the kids wake up or right after you get them down to bed. You still get a really nice workout, but it doesn't just drain all of your energy, so that if the baby wakes up in an hour, you are actually capable of still getting up and helping the baby and not feel completely exhausted. Now, the workouts in the 8Fit app are a lot like a CrossFit class, and so if you like the class structure, you might really enjoy 8Fit. It's very fast-paced, it's a lot of circuit training, you're moving around doing different things. They have Tabata style workouts, so if you've ever done CrossFit or something similar, you'll be familiar with the Tabata style. It's basically where you do one movement for 20 seconds and 10-second rest, and you go on and off like that. But essentially, it's that fast-paced interval training kind of exercising that really gets your heart rate up in a short amount of time. Now, I'm not always in a position to do a workout like that. For example, if I've just gotten my kids down for a nap and they happen to be like squirming and I'm having to run up there and keep settling them down to get them to take a nap, starting an 8Fit style workout is going to be completely demotivating for me because I'm going to have to keep hitting the pause button, messing up my statistics on my workout, being totally out of breath and sweaty, and then trying to, but by the time I have been up and down the stairs with my kids trying to get them down for a nap, I'm just demotivated and I end up just turning off the app altogether. On those days, I like to use an app called Streaks Workout. This is another app that you can get in the App Store, and what I really like about it is that it is compatible with my Apple Watch. It actually has a complication on the watch, and you can control the exercise from the watch. And what's kind of different about the Streaks Workout app is that really all it does is you specify how long you want to work out. It ranges from 6 minutes all the way to 30 minutes, and it just keeps presenting you with a different exercise to do. So it'll tell you 6 push-ups, 10 squats, and it just walks you through these workouts. And the way that you progress the workout forward is if you're on your Apple Watch, you just tap next. And if you are on the iPhone or whatever, you just scroll to the next exercise. What I think is kind of cool about this app is that I can have it running while I'm cooking dinner, as an example, and every time I have a little chance, like let's say I've got everything burning on the stove, I can progress to the next exercise, see that it's 12 high kicks, and I do those here in the kitchen, and the next time I have an opportunity to do the next workout, movement, I just progress it again and I do the next movement. Obviously, you're not getting the same kind of workout as if you were doing all of those back to back to back, but it is a way to prompt you to keep doing exercise-y stuff even while you're doing other activities, and it's just keeping your body moving, which is really what you want to be doing. And like I mentioned, if you're not in the mood to use any of those other apps, one of the best things you can do it's great for your mental health and it's great for your physical health is just crank some music and dance while you're cleaning or cooking or playing with your children. I've found that getting my children involved in dancing with me can be so much fun. We will just dance together in the living room to some really fun music. We all get our heart rates up. I teach them something about exercise, and I am doing something good for my body while also being with my children. If there's any advice that I can give about fitness, it's just to be consistent. You don't have to go to a gym and do a 3-hour workout where you burn 1,000 calories every single day in order for working out to be worth it. Anything that you do towards your fitness goals is a good thing. So even if it is that you just do 10 squats while you're waiting for the microwave to go off, that's a good thing. And I think that we often pressure ourselves so much and we say, I'm not going to start a fitness routine unless I know that I can be dedicated to doing it every single day. And yes, consistency is good, but I think we need to change our definition of what consistency is. Consistency means making sure that we're doing something related to our fitness every single day. For me, that looks like going to the gym a few times a week, doing a fitness app a few times a week, and on the days that I'm not doing either, going outside for a walk or playing in the backyard with my kids or dancing in the kitchen. That still equals consistency. And the last thing that I will say is I think it's also important, if this is going to be sustainable, is that we do allow ourselves to splurge. Something that I learned that I really loved when I was doing the whole CrossFit world was I was doing CrossFit and I was eating 100% paleo and I was extremely, extremely dedicated. But even in the CrossFit world and mindset, they believe in cheat meals and they believe in off days. And I think that this is really, really important. You know, scheduling a day for yourself where you say, you know what, Saturday night is date night with my husband and I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna have Coke, I'm gonna have dessert, I'm gonna have a hamburger, everything that I've deprived myself of during the week while trying to stay committed to a diet. Because to me personally, having one night or 2 nights even where I eat something that I really enjoy, it staves off the desire for it for a really long time. So even though I definitely do agree with the idea of staying consistent with your diet, making sure that you're eating things that are low in carbs, low in sugar, low in fat, and are high in protein and the healthy fats like you find in avocado and coconut milk and things like that, I do think that it's important to let yourself splurge every now and then and enjoy life, because if you never do that, you're going to get so discouraged and downtrodden that you're going to eat an entire cake and give up. So that's it, guys, for this video. I hope that you found it helpful. Sometimes I feel like I'm just talking about the same things over and over and over again, but I wanted to put all of this information into one place in case you're like me and you're getting started on a fitness journey and you just kind of need to know where to start. I encourage you to do this journey along with me. I do have lots of information down in the description box to help you get started, including discount codes for getting things like the TEAMI blends, tea, and the detox and all like that if you want to use those. I'm gonna link all the apps that I use and everything down in there. So if you wanna follow my exact routine, all you have to do is go down to the description box and read everything that's down there. Love ya, mean it, always, mwah, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.